This little guy right here is a fig. I think it's a Cadota fig. That's what it appears to be. I got it from a friend who got it from his friend's tree.
Here's some nasturtium that I grew. Nasturtium leaves are so yummy. They are high in vitamin C and have a slight peppery flavor. I picked some nasturtium along with some basil to make some fresh pesto for lunch. It was so delicious and refreshing, and my body responded likewise with bursts of energy and alertness. I strongly suggest adding nasturtium to your next pesto meal. And there's an ugly picture of it on some bread with some veggie chicken. Behold my incredible Cherokee purple tomatoes. I put this tomato on my vision board because I really wanted to have some juicy Cherokee purple tomatoes this season, and Mother Nature blessed me with this miracle. Here we have my eggplant, which I waited too long to harvest.
I wasn't sure when to pick this, but I'm pretty sure it's overripe now. I don't think it's supposed to look like that. I think I'm supposed to harvest it when it's glossy. And I wanted to wait because I wasn't sure if it was going to get bigger. There's no bug damage. Here's an update on my vegetable beds. As you can see, the broccoli has flowered and went to seed, and I did not get any harvest from that. The lettuce in the back is bolting, and I used some of it, but maybe next year I won't plant so much lettuce because I didn't realize I don't really eat a whole lot of lettuce. The other broccoli is still growing and hasn't bolted yet, so fingers crossed. And then the row in the back is, I think, cauliflower, and it seems to be growing still. It doesn't show any signs of bolting, so fingers crossed. I might harvest some of the larger Swiss chard, and I still have Swiss chard growing, so I hope it continues to grow because I really like Swiss chard. I'll definitely eat that. I think my lack of good soil is the reason why this bed hasn't flourished. It's mostly cauliflower, kale, and cabbages, and there's some onions in there. I definitely fed a lot of insects with this bed. I did notice today that there is a cabbage head forming. Yeah. So I might get lucky. I finally got around to weeding my storage onions, and they're looking good. Delicious strawberries on the menu. And I noticed after picking some of these up that there's a lot of roots. Okay, not that one. This one. Yeah, lots of roots. So I need to put that into something bigger. It's already like trying to start new plants, so. These little carrots are still on the menu. Nasturtiums are so beautiful! I am so glad I planted these snapdragons. So the one that had a fruit drop is producing a little zucchini. So happy that my corn is working out right now. Powdery mildew on my cucumber plant, so I had to toss it. This is my pumpkin plant right now. It's a HOWDEN pumpkin, and it looks like it got fertilized. It looks like it's gonna be a little pumpkin. I hope so. Again, I failed to pick something at its most opportune time, and now this cucumber has like all these little, I'm guessing these are like little stretch marks or something. It is way bigger than it needs to be. I should have picked this like a couple days ago. But I'm gonna pick it today, and I'll show you what that looks like. I don't know, this is an Orient cucumber, and it says 14 inches long. Crisp and burpless. I don't know what that means. Yeah, it's good. So I want to make an observation. My roommate's tomatoes are growing so much better than mine, and I planted them sooner, and I noticed that both mine and hers are producing tomatoes at pretty much at the exact same time. So I find that interesting, and it reminds me of something that she told me, that if you plant too early, that sometimes the crops will grow a lot slower. You just gotta plant at the right time for them. So I guess I just gotta learn the right time. In retrospect, she also has a lot better soil than mine, and mine are in pots. Here's a view of my eggplants and the rest of my tomatoes and peppers. Tomatoes. My 2 eggplants that haven't, oh, here's one. And those are all sweet peppers. So here's an update on my tomatoes. We've got some ripening. Red Racer, pineapple, black cream not ready yet, and Cherokee purple, more Red Racer, and my pepper, SNACKABELLE. I had a few strawberries in 1 gallons, and their roots were coming out the bottom, so I put them in bigger pots. So there's the 3 strawberries that I repotted into bigger pots to give them more room. They're so tasty, and at some point in the future I want to take this pot apart and separate all the strawberry crowns in there and put them into their own individual spaces, because that's just a little too cluttered. If you could see some of the squash and cucumbers back there, I mixed a bunch of compost that I had been making for the last few months kind of in with them, because I heard that squash are okay with hot compost, so I just like kind of mixed that in because they're obviously hungry and they're not growing very fast. Except for that one back there, that is growing really fast. It's an Orient cucumber, and I am like slowly trying to like begin to weave it through the grating. The other Orient cucumber that I have growing over here is also growing very fast, and I am also attempting to kind of weave it kind of circularly around like this tomato cage. As you can see, it is growing another one after I harvested the first one, so maybe this one will be better. It looks delicious. Okay, cucumber number 2. That's a nice cucumber. These racer tomatoes are really good producers. And more racer tomatoes. This has been sitting around for a while on one of my plants, and like I don't know, I got lazy because somebody was drilling inside of them, and I just like kind of lost the energy. I think next time I might just like cover some of the fruit so I don't have to worry about things getting inside of them. I'm very happy with my harvest at this point, especially with the gifts from the cucumber and tomato plants who, just by my amateur gardening skills, are producing recklessly. The pesto I made from the nasturtium leaves and basil was very delightful, and it was my first time consuming nasturtium and making it into pesto, and I am very pleased with my new experience. I hope that you all too are satisfied with your gardens. May your gardens be forever fruitful and your life forever prosperous. Thanks for watching my little garden update, and if you're amused by what you've seen, please click the appropriate buttons. Help build a sustainable world. Grow food, not lawns. Buy local and organic. Live long and prosper.